Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Juicebox Podcast. In every episode of Bolus For, Jenny Smith and I are going to take a few minutes to talk through how to bolus for a single item of food. Jenny and I are going to follow a little bit of a roadmap called Meal Bolt. Measure the meal, evaluate yourself, add the base units, layer a correction, build the bolus shape, offset the timing, look at the CGM, tweak for next time. Having said that, these episodes are going to be very conversational and not incredibly technical. We want you to hear how we think about it, but we also would like you to know that this is kind of the pathway we're considering while we're talking about it. So while you might not hear us say every letter of Meal Bolt in every episode, we will be thinking about it while we're talking. If you want to learn more, go to juiceboxpodcast.com/meal-bolt. But for now, we'll find out how to bolus for today's subject. While you're listening, please remember that nothing you hear on the Juicebox Podcast should be considered advice, medical or otherwise. Always consult a physician before making any changes to your healthcare plan or becoming bold with insulin. Jenny, we're going to do boba or bubble tea. I think those are the same things, right? Now, how do I find...
Are they the same thing? I want to make sure they're the same thing.
You see if they're the same thing, and I'll look for a popular boba tea brand.
Boba and bubble tea? Yeah, or bubble. Oh, it even comes up in my search. I know that I've never searched for this before, so clearly the internet is listening to us. Yes, boba and bubble tea refer to the same drink, which is a tea-based beverage, typically includes chewy tapioca pearls. See, I like tapioca. Why am I drinking it in tea? I don't understand. Can you make, this should be one of those, I don't understand, Scott. Can you make me understand?
Well, I don't understand. Actually, I could get Arden back on. I think I don't understand boba tea would be a pretty good conversation because she'll talk about it very lovingly. Okay, so I have one here. I mean, I don't know. Share Tea, SHARETEI menu. They have nutritional facts, so we're going to go with it. Oh, holy hell. Hold on. Snorted.
Are you looking at the nutrition facts? I don't think
I've ever snorted before on the podcast. Yeah, I'm seeing the nutritional facts.
Are they pretty ridiculous? I've never even looked. I guess, that's kind of one of the other things. When I see drinks, as you saw on that woman that you were talking about, right? Carrying the drink.
Oh, that's something we were talking about when we weren't recording, but go ahead.
Right. But when you're talking about that, in my mind, I'm a very visual person. So when people talk, I can visually see it in my head, and all of those cups of something that contain a liquid in my brain right away is like, oh my God, you're drinking so many calories.
Yeah.
It's not a judgment it's just a judgment of the actual beverage. And I'm like, just get a cup of water or get some sparkling water or
See, it's funny. I think about if you're going to have those calories, I guess they must love them, but the drinks, but I think go have some ice cream or something
right.
Awesome. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think what you said there is actually interesting because I don't think a lot of people outside of those with diabetes that know bolusing and insulin need and that kind of thing, and they're looking at the facts label. In general, people do not consider beverages calories. They don't.
See, I think that's where I'm at too, and why I'm trying to include some of these in here. I don't think that it's not even maybe considered half the time. It has an impact at all. And I'm not talking about something weird like coffee really hits me hard. I hear people say that sometimes.
Right.
But I'm talking about there's a lot in those drinks, and I don't think you know. So this website has a milky series, a fresh brew, a fruity beverage, non-caffeinated matcha. I definitely don't know what matcha is. Ice blend.
Matcha?
I don't know what matcha is.
Oh, matcha is like a green tea powder.
Okay.
I love matcha. I have a cup of matcha every day, but I guarantee it's not full of sugar.
This ain't your matcha then, okay?
It's not my matcha.
Okay, because I'll just give you the one from, let's see, strawberry matcha with fresh milk. Does that sound good?
Sure, that sounds great.
532 calories, 4 grams of saturated fat, 126 milligrams of sodium, 111 carbs, 100 grams of sugar.
What's the ounces on this?
I don't know if it says here. Oh, no, it doesn't say there. Sorry, on the size. They don't have sizes. They just have the breakdown.
So our estimate would be maybe 16 ounces.
Oh, you think?
right?
I don't know how to tell. Hold on, let me see. Drink menu. Let me go to the menu.
Okay.
See if I can figure it out. What did I
Because
say?
for that many grams of carb, my estimate is that's got to be at least 2 cups or 16 ounces of the beverage.
All right, hold on, I'm clicking matcha series, strawberry matcha, fresh milk. Fresh milk, Jenny. It's got fresh milk in it.
Fresh. They must have a cow out back.
Well, it occurs to me for the marketing people, really can't drink milk if it's not fresh.
True. Not going to want curdled milk along with your tapioca pearls.
It does not tell me what size they are. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish it did. Actually, that might be more fun. Anyway, let's go back to Milky series, Boba, I guess. I mean, there's a tons different. Would you like to look at the Thai Pearl milk tea? How about the mango green milk tea, classic pearl green milk tea, classic pearl black? Just pick one, Jenny. Coffee milk tea with coffee.
How about we just pick one that has, if we're looking at the milky ones, I mean, that's strawberry milky, whatever you were talking about.
That was the matcha. Now
that was the matcha.
There's a mango green milk tea.
Great. Okay. Let's do that one.
Okay. There's 14 grams of fat in it, 83 milligrams of sodium, 114 carbs, 92 grams of sugar.
And we've talked about that before, right? The breakdown of grams of sugar versus total carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
This is mostly sugar.
Yeah. You're going to be mainlining this.
You are Bolus strategy, man. You better hope that your blood sugar is like falling off a cliff with this before you start drinking it, because man. So
you're not joking though, right? Like if this was accessible to you while you were about to have a low blood sugar, that might be the level of pre-bolus.
This would fix it.
I'm making in quotes a pre-bolus that you might need, and you're depending on what's making your blood sugar low, you might need to bolus for this pretty quickly afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how hard it's going. I don't know how to tell people to bolus for this stuff.
Yeah, this is 100% you need a pre-bolus for this. Mm-hmm. In fact, it might be along the same lines as the idea of a super bolus, right? Where you may actually take the bolus recommendation. I mean, if we're using a 1-to-10 ratio, this was 114 grams of total carbohydrate.
This one, yeah.
Right? So what's 11 units of insulin? That's a lot of insulin.
My gosh.
For a drink?
And that's if you're at a 1-to-10.
Right.
Can you imagine if you're like, you have insulin resistance or yeah. Jeez, that's right. That's a lot. Like, I mean, listen, I'm not telling anybody how to eat. For me, this would be it's better to skip it situation. Right. Or, because I don't know how.
Or can you have the espresso shot size, please? That's only 15
Jenny,
grams of carb.
I'm looking at this. You randomly picked one with a lower carb on this list
than most of the other ones.
Yeah, there's like 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's maybe 15 different drinks on this list. The carb, I'll go down the carbs for you. Okay. One of them has 153 carbs, 42 sugars. One has 154, 45, 154, 45, 175, 64. 99.52, 92.59, 150.46, 202, 85. Thai Pearl Milk Tea, large. 182 to 52, 114, 144, 160, 160. There's 150 carbs, 200 carbs in some of these things.
And I wonder if many of the carbs, like the typical name brand or nationwide coffee shops, let's say, have sweetening syrups that you would add to this for many of these flavors. Like, is it real? The one that I picked, right, was mango something. Is it real mango that's mashed up and pureed within this? Or is it a mango syrup that's added just for flavoring? Because that can make a choice difference. I don't want people thinking, well, gosh, this is like a no, not ever.
Right.
However, would be a very important situation of pre-bolusing. But could you make it easier on your blood sugar management? Are there options if they are syrups that are added for flavor? Could you ask if there are sugar-free syrup options?
Yeah. I mean,
right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we got to get past my I'm
I know
nowhere
you're
near.
astonished.
I'm
People
nowhere
could see
near
your
Jenny
face.
on.
You were like, what?
Yeah, listen. I don't even come close to Jenny's, idea of nutrition, like for my own personal life, and I'm stunned by this. Like that's really crazy. I'm looking to see, is there some national chain that has boba that we could? Because I have to tell you, like Arden, like slinks off to like some. I think it's like a Chinese food place that has boba. Like that's where she gets it from. Starbucks drops its version of bubble tea for the first time, 2024. Boba milk tea at Starbucks. But then I Googled it and it seems like they don't have it anymore, maybe. Yeah, Starbucks discontinued selling boba.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I looked up a list. There are 11 bubble tea franchise businesses that are at the top in the US. There are B&T is one. Bubbleology.
People who love it are probably like yelling their favorite ones at the thing right now. Bubbleology? Is that what you just said?
Bubbleology is one. It's interesting. Kung Fu Tea is one, and we actually have a Kung Fu Tea here.
Well, I have Bubbleology website. Very exciting website. Look at that. Drinks. They have waffles too. Can you imagine? How am I bolusing for waffles and bubble tea at the same time? Milk, fruit, coffee, specials, bubble fizz. I mean,
Happy Lemon looks like is one of them.
Well, here's one that just says fruit, strawberry. Yeah, this is a very
Bamboo desserts and drinks is another
any
one.
way they're going to list the nutritional facts on this website? Let's see.
Probably not.
I wouldn't if I was them. What is bubble tea? Let's see what bubble tea is real quick. Sorry, everybody. This might have gotten sideways on me. A name given to a wide variety of refreshing flavored fruit teas and milk teas served ice cold or piping hot with chewy tapioca balls that you suck up through a big fat straw. Yum! It's like a quirky snack and drink in one. The tapioca balls are sometimes referred to as pearls or boba, which some people say over time has evolved into the word bubble. Isn't it interesting how language can do that? Who wrote this? You should be ashamed of yourself. However, the true origins of the name come from the small floating bubbles that are created by the vigorous shaking involved in making bubble tea. There's going to be vigorous shaking at some point.
Like a martini? Shaken, not stirred.
I was thinking when you take all that insulin and end up having a seizure. I don't know how to do this. Like they don't
really have the nutrition
This website
facts.
ain't looking allergen information.
And most of the places that I'm looking at also don't have nutrition facts. So it is really your best, probably honest guess would be to use like ChatGPT and ask for this size with these ingredients. I mean, most of these places will list, or at least will tell you if you ask, what are the ingredients that go into this drink, right?
Right.
And if so, you could feed it into something that could technically give you some way to estimate, or like you did, you just looked up some drinks and it gave you at least a nutrition breakdown.
Well, for Arden, like there was a lot of trial and error on trying to figure out how to bolus for this.
And what does she do? I mean, that's probably the best.
The first time she tried 45 carbs, I was like, I don't think that's going to work. So, and it didn't, by the way. Yeah. This one, maybe boba falls under the GFL, which stands for good.
We know what that stands for.
Good luck. Yeah, like I don't know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, guys, do your best to find out how many carbs are really in it. I would listen if I this one I would talk about again from like a safety perspective. I think start aggressive but slowly and try to figure it out, because
another option would be to start small.
Yeah.
Right? Don't get the largest one on the menu. If you've never done this before, an option would really be get their smallest size, bolus for it, expect you're going to need a pretty good pre-bolus, almost seeing blood sugar actually coming down before you start to drink it, and then evaluate, right? And if you can figure out something small, my professional recommendation would be stick with the small because you're not getting 120 grams of carbohydrate at one time.
Yeah.
But if you choose to go bigger, then know that your strategy is probably going to have to be just as strong, if not a bit stronger.
Jenny, if you'd like to open up a Share Tea franchise, you're going to need a minimum investment of $300,000, and $100,000 that's going to need to be liquid capital.
I probably won't be doing that.
No, but then you can just jump right in and start mainlining sugar into people, and I'm assuming you'll be incredibly successful at it. There are 400 stores worldwide.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot. 400 is a lot. Okay, guys, please don't drink sugar. Thank you. That's all. Jeez. Anyway.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks so much. To all of you, God bless. In each episode of the Bolus 4 series, Jenny, Smith, and I are going to pick one food and talk through the bolusing for that food. We hope you find it valuable. Generally speaking, we're going to follow a bit of a formula, the Meal Bolt formula, MEALBOLT. You can learn more about it at juiceboxpodcast.com/meal-bolt. But here's what it is. Step 1, M, measure the meal. E, evaluate yourself. A, add the base units. L, layer a correction. B, build the bolus shape. O, offset the timing. L, look at the CGM. And T, tweak for next time. In a nutshell, we measure our meal. Total carbohydrates, protein, fat, consider the glycemic index and the glycemic load. And then we evaluate yourself. What's your current blood sugar, how much insulin's on board, and what kind of activity are you going to be involved in or not involved in? Do you have any stress, hormones, illness? What's going on with you? Then A, we add the base units. Your carbs divided by insulin to carb ratio, just a simple bolus. L, layer a correction, right? Do you have to add or subtract insulin based on your current blood sugar? Build the bolus shape. Are we going to give it all up front, 100% for a fast digesting meal, or is there going to be like a combo or a square wave bolus? Does it have to be extended? Offset the timing. This is about pre-bolusing. Does it take a couple of minutes, this meal, or maybe 20 minutes? Are we going to have to again consider combo square wave boluses and meals? Figure out the timing of that meal. And then L, look at the CGM. An hour later, was there a fast spike? 3 hours later, was there a delayed rise? 5 hours later, is there any lingering effect from fat and protein? Tweak. Tweak for next time. T. What did you eat? How much insulin and when? What did your blood sugar curve look like? What would you do next time? This is what we're going to talk about in every episode of Bolus 4. Measure the meal, evaluate yourself, add the base units, layer a correction, build the bolus shape, offset the timing, look at the CGM, tweak for next time. But it's not going to be that confusing, and we're not going to ask you to remember all of that stuff. But that's the pathway that Jenny and I are going to use to speak about each bolus. The Juicebox Podcast is edited by Wrong Way Recording. WrongWayRecording.com. If you'd like your podcast to sound as good as mine, check out Rob at WrongWayRecording.com.